Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
Sister wives. Kody apologizes to his ex-wives for saying mean things about them after divorce. It is no secret that Kody from Sister Wives is a sore loser. He has a reputation as a patriarch and ruled over his wives for more than 2 decades. After the divorce, he spewed many hurtful words directed towards his ex-wives, even asserting that he had never loved them. In a recent Parade interview, Kody and his remaining wife, Robyn, admitted that they regret how they handled their public divorce. He should not have said so many things when, in the first place, they were mainly lies. We are all aware that Kody frequently says things with the intention of causing harm to others. In a recent interview, he accepted that he said many things about his ex-wives only to hurt them. He regrets that he didn't mean every word, now that he thinks back. Surprisingly, Kody even offers his wives an apology for his words. Sister wives. Kody's former partners severed all ties to him. Christine was the first to leave Kody. She then paid him and Robyn $10 for her portion of the Kody Pass property. In return, she got to keep the Flagstaff home, which she sold later. Mary and Janelle couldn't part ways with Kody because they still wanted a piece of the Kody Pass property. Kody finally sold the property for $1.5 million a while ago. He evenly divided the shares over 4 phases. Mary and Janelle each had 25%, while he and Robyn each had 50%. The wives are now free to behave however they please with Kody. Kody apologizes to his former wives for claiming that he never loved them. Kody and his remaining wife, Robyn, recently appeared in an interview. The patriarch shared that he was very angry when his wives left him one after another. We all know that Kody is very egoistic, and it's not easy for him to accept defeat. In the conversation, he shared that the biggest problem was that he could not process the divorce. Robyn explained that Kody could not understand how he could be himself again. At that point, he was very, very, very angry and didn't know how to deal with it. Kody went on to say that he was enraged when his previous partners divorced him. He apologized for the many mean things he said about them. He went on to say that he recognized that he had been in a bad spot and expressed his regret for it. Kody apologized to Robyn and even to his former wives. The star of Sister Wives went on to say that he was being mean to himself. He was pretending that the divorces did not affect him, so he said that those women who left him did not matter to him. He never loved him, but everything was rubbish. It was his defense mechanism, and he explained that divorce does that to a person. It's good to see Kody owning up to his mistakes. He went on to say that a plural marriage is extremely challenging, and from his narrow perspective, it appeared as though he had failed as a husband. He is currently attempting to move on, but at that time, he was cocky, arrogant, and fighting his emotions. As TLC strives for drama, Robyn receives bad news on Sister Wives? Hey Sister Wives fans, let's talk about Robyn Brown and some darker scenes lately. Robyn Brown learned something brand new in the second half of Sister Wives season 19. It seems the show stopped doing such heavy editing. In the past, the other wives appeared to be careful not to upset Robyn. Robyn Brown has no choice. Sister Wives, however, that is no longer the case, leaving fans to wonder if something went on behind the scenes. Kody Brown seemed to have some say in what ended up on the Sister Wives screen in the past. Now that we're seeing a change, I wonder if TLC stopped allowing Kody any input on what makes it into the episodes. We also know he is very protective of Robyn Brown. We've all heard him say the other wives should be more like Robyn. Kody specifically tagged her as his compliant wife. He also suggested that the other 3, Mary, Janelle, and Christine, are not. Robyn comparisons not welcomed. Then we heard the Sister Wives' ex-wives say that Kody compared Robyn to his other wives to make a point to Janelle, Christine, and Mary. All 3 of Kody's exes said this as Sister Wives season 19 part 2 began. The 3 women were forthright about it. On the first new episode, no one hesitated to express their feelings regarding Robyn. We're hearing Mary, Janelle, and Christine saying things about Robyn we never heard on screen before. So what changed? And it feels like Kody's last remaining wife went from Sob Bin Robyn to Goblin Robyn in the latest episode. Robyn Brown made snarky comments on the latest Sister Wives episode. And she hit back at Mary, Janelle, and Christine's comments from their confessionals. But why? Sister Wives' original mission statement ripped up? Maybe the Sister Wives patriarch's only wife and his now 3 exes don't need to play nice anymore since the family split up. They don't have to keep up the appearance that the Browns are all in harmony. Which, if you remember, was part of their original mission statement on Sister Wives. But there's another theory that makes more sense to me. It may be about Sister Wives fan feedback and ratings. TLC was criticized by many viewers for spending too much time on Christine's wedding. The show saturated the screen with all the wedding festivities. Plus all the planning leading up to the big day. So, maybe TLC's trying to bring up ratings and has Robyn and her rivals doing some mutual bashing, as bashing usually works. Trying to replace mundane new scenes with old ones. Sister Wives got weird in past months by weaving older scenes in with new ones. Much like what they did with Robyn and Kody's bizarre game night with the kids. However, despite the scenes being more contemporary, they were also pretty boring. Then Mykelti shed some light on that. When she said that some of the new Sister Wives scenes were just added to the ones that were shot 2 years ago. She thinks it was to try and add some drama since, with the spouses all flung apart, there aren't as many tense interactions to keep viewers interested. Sister Wives, are there not enough scenes? With nothing much to film now that the family fractured, throwing in old footage might have been just to get enough episodes to make a full season. Additionally, Aurora's baptism feels like more filler. Fans were largely unentertained by it or downright bothered. So, maybe TLC is scrambling to keep fans from bailing on Sister Wives. And that spells trouble for Kody and Robyn, who need that TLC money. And let's face it, reality TV is all about watching a good train wreck. But Kody and Robyn's peaceful existence, whether they're playing games, making a big deal of Aurora's event, or just sitting around, is far from fascinating. TLC quietly makes a change for Robyn? Obviously, TLC isn't going to talk about any editing changes, but fans are certain it happened. Tony Padron stated a while back that Robyn detested appearing on Sister Wives. He also said she despised hearing what Mary, Janelle, Christine, and others said about her on screen. Therefore, allowing them to have more free rein to criticize her probably wasn't her idea. But who knows? It's possible that Kody was given an ultimatum to ratchet up the drama, which would have meant making Robyn available for confession. Because we've all seen terrible stuff said by Kody about Christine, Mary, and Janelle. Additionally, Kody has always enjoyed receiving a lot of criticism from his ex-sister wives in the confessionals, which fans appreciate. However, Robyn's edit has been much more favorable up to this point. It's possible that TLC decided to cancel the show or go after the ratings. So, this would mean everyone's fair game. We just saw Mary saying she doesn't trust Robyn, and Christine and Janelle talked about her prissy behavior. Being Kody's final wife does not appear to be getting any easier. Certainly not while the cameras are rolling. So, did TLC rip away the safety net they'd been keeping around Robyn, and now it's open season? If so, that might keep fans tuning in just to see what smack talk we get from Janelle, Mary, and Christine about the idiot that got left behind, as she called herself. Tamron Hall was fired from Sister Wives Tell All due to her tough questions. Journalist Tamron Hall entered the world of Sister Wives when the first Tell All special aired in Season 6. With her knack for getting Kody Brown and his sister wives, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn Brown, to open up and get vulnerable in front of the cameras, Hall was the perfect fit for the format. It was always enjoyable to watch the former plural family sit down with Hall and discuss each controversy one at a time after a season of drama. Naturally, this type of questioning did result in some heated exchanges. However, that was all part of the fun. Sadly, her time as the Sister Wives Tell All host came to an end after Season 9, with practically no explanations. Since then, a number of hosts have taken her place, but none of them have ever come close to being as genuine and natural as Hall's tell-alls. However, the one thing that most of Hall's successors have in common is that they never dare to speak against Kody, and that highlights what's really at play here. Hall hosted in a manner that was understated. Anyone who has followed Sister Wives since its premiere in 2010 knows that the Brown family patriarch has a serious need for control. Kody always tried to push the narrative of a large, happy family when that wasn't always the case, whether that was due to what happened at home with his wives and children or how outsiders saw them. However, Kody lost control the moment Hall began hosting the tell-alls. Hall was unafraid to get to the bottom of the family's problems because he had a background in journalism. She didn't care if her questions made Kody or anyone else uncomfortable, because that's the entire point of a tell-all. In fact, Hall would push back when the reality stars would hesitate to answer certain questions and inform them that this was exactly what they had signed up for. Kody Brown doesn't like to be held accountable. However, on the talk show Tamron Hall's April 16, 2025, episode, the host revealed that she was actually fired from her job because some Brown family members found her questions too difficult. Because this happened soon after the season 9 tell-all, where Hall grilled Kody about legally divorcing Meri to marry Robyn and adopt her children from her previous marriage. Hall claims that Kody's decision suggested that he wanted to justify his relationship with one wife over the other three, which Robyn and Kody obviously disagreed with. Many fans of the show were glad that Hall held Kody accountable for something that he would always refuse to address. However, Hall was abruptly fired because the line of questioning upset Kody and Robyn. The fact that he didn't want Hall digging into the truth about his emotional neglect of Meri speaks volumes about his need to always come across as the good guy. However, Hall clearly saw through that act, so she was punished. Meri confirmed that she never had any issues with the host when she appeared as a guest on the same episode of Hall's talk show to further clarify the situation. Therefore, it was unquestionably a problem on Kody's part. The tell-alls don't hit the same anymore. Erica Hill, Andrea Canning, and Sachin Pak came next, and then Sukanya Krishnan, who has been hosting the tell-alls since season 16 of the show. After Hall, only Canning retaliated and forced Kody to confront some of his disagreements. But that clearly didn't work out since she was replaced after just one season. The patriarch of the Brown family appears to have settled on Krishnan as his host. Sadly, however, the fans do not share this sentiment. Krishnan's style is gentle and sympathetic, but it is not engaging enough for the tell-all format. She never asks hard, honest questions, and she frequently gives Kody and Robyn the impression that she gives them a convenient place to vent without receiving any real criticism. She focuses most of her attention on Kody and his last wife, while the three former sister wives don't get much time to say anything. This tactic just doesn't seem to fit the show's reality. Since that seems to be his only requirement for a host, it wouldn't be out of the question that Kody is the one who decides the questions Krishnan is supposed to ask him and makes the decisions behind the scenes. Sadly, as a result, the tell-alls now appear manufactured and lack the substance that Hall once provided. It's no secret to fans of Sister Wives that Kody Brown has always been a complicated figure. For decades, he was the patriarch at the center of a polygamous marriage structure that seemed, at least from the outside, to teeter on the brink of collapse long before it finally did. Kody's way of managing his relationships often came across as authoritarian, ego-driven, and harsh. After his marriages to Christine, Janelle, and Meri publicly imploded, Kody seemed determined to control the narrative, often making cutting remarks about his ex-wives during interviews and episodes. But now, in a surprising turn, Kody has admitted he was wrong. In a candid interview with Parade, sitting alongside his only remaining wife, Robyn, Kody finally apologized for the things he said, things he now admits were meant to hurt, were fueled by anger, and, more significantly, weren't even true. This rare moment of humility from Kody has shocked the Sister Wives fandom. Many wonder, is this genuine growth? Or is it too little, too late? Kody Brown's downfall, how it all fell apart. Before diving into Kody's apology, it's important to understand the emotional landmines that set the stage for his downfall. Kody married Meri first, then Janelle, Christine, and finally Robyn. Over the years, his relationships with his original three wives weakened considerably. Sister Wives documented many moments of tension, emotional neglect, and favoritism, particularly toward Robyn. Fans watched as Christine finally had enough, announcing in 2021 that she was leaving Kody. Janelle followed by emotionally detaching, and Mary's bond with Kody, long strained, eventually broke entirely. At the time, Kody lashed out publicly. He suggested he never really loved Christine, claimed Mary was just a friend.